Maybe we just have to start ripping the Cavs to smithereens every show, because whenever we criticize them, they play well. When we praise them, they play poorly following up the next performance. They got curb stomped by Utah on Monday. Mm-hmm. We did not have confidence going into last night's game, and then they had another really impressive performance. They won coast to coast, led the entire game, beat the 76ers, but Darius and Sam Merrill left the game with injuries. They're both listed as doubtful already for tomorrow's game. No word on the severity long-term of the issues and the injuries, but Merrill left the arena last night in a right-hand splint, which was the same thing he had when he was dealing with the sprained hand he had earlier this season, which kept him out for about a dozen games.
Well,
and Merrill, and Darius hurt his opposite foot. So not the toe that's been giving him issues. This is now the opposite foot.
Yeah.
So, how do you weigh a game where the Cavs played awesome, beat a team that's ahead of them in the standings, completely destroyed Philadelphia, but may have lost Merrill and Garland in the process?
Get that look off your face.
Man, it's just like you can't count on them, man. You can't count on them. Like, now we back. The frustrating part is, Darius was playing well. You know what I'm saying? It looked like Mike had just gave him all of the accolades in the world.
What did he have? He had like 15 and 7 or something like that.
Man, he was
Darius?
Yeah.
He was rubbing his shoulders
last night.
20 and 7.
Yeah, he was rubbing his shoulders, talking about his explosiveness, and his runner is falling now. I said, oh, here we go. When McNuggets starts rubbing the shoulders of these Cavs dudes, they hear him and be like, yep, time to get hurt or time to fall off. And this is the thing that happens when you talk about with injuries and guys who, and trust me, I'm the most injury-prone dude in the world. I don't even shovel snow no more. The fact that he hurt his one foot, now it's the other foot. It's tough because that's what the engine of his game is. It's quickness, change of direction, getting in the paint, breaking down the defense. He hasn't been shooting the ball all that well from the three-point arc, which was something that used to be a strong suit of his.
Make like 3 of them.
But he was on a rising trajectory, and he's hurt again. Sam Merrill, you need him to come back, and you need Sam Merrill to spread the floor and knock down shots, because the Cavs haven't shot the ball well this year. And he's missed a whole lot of time in the other games, so now he's down. So it's like, the Cavs need to get together and be able to play with each other to build some cohesiveness. Max Strus is another guy who they said, oh, it's not a setback. But anytime they come out and say, it's a couple more weeks, no, that was a setback, dog. That was definitely a setback. So now you don't know when he's coming back. So to me, it sucks because the Cavs, they just need to put meaningful games and reps together in order to get themselves right by the playoffs. And now this is another setback in terms of it. We'll see what Darius is. But, this is something I think you're going to have to see with him for the rest of his career.
No updates, Mike? There's been no updates on his condition?
Kenny will speak later today. Maybe we'll get some more information. As of right now, Kenny said last night, I don't think either will play Friday, but they didn't have any longer-term diagnosis.
I hate seeing it because Donovan took that I'm going to let y'all eat first approach, and DG and Mobley did their thing. They was really balling in that game. And then Donovan obviously took over. I want to say it was like the third quarter where he just like 20 points. Yeah, like 20 points in the third quarter or something. I was watching it. And, he really was on fire. Jalen Tyson, man.
Jalen Tyson,
man.
He's the second best player.
That's every time he play like this, Jordan Tyson look good in the Browns uniform every time.
The Tyson connection.
I'm going to start leading that charge. But no, I think that some of these role players are really starting to figure things out. If we could get an aggressive Mobley like that, he was strong on the boards. I don't know what Jared Allen was on yesterday. And y'all was right about him. Man, I was watching him. He like lazy. He like just don't really.
He can't move no more.
Yeah, he tried to back Mobley down a couple of times. He kept settling for the fade. I'm like, I don't know what happened to him. But the Cavs defense played really well. I think this was the third worst shooting night for the 49ers, for the 76ers. So like the defense, and it was like they were making the extra pass and guys was hustling. Obviously, Naquan Tomlin came in and got a couple of steals and knocked some of the passes out of bounds and stuff like that. Like it seemed like after the Utah game, they were criticized so much that they was like, we got to lock in. We got to show that we can actually put it on tape. Like, we can actually do these things. And you got this just great performance. But the problem is it's just not consistent enough. But they showed you, like, if we really want to do this, we can do it. Like, so it just on a night-to-night basis, you just don't know what you're going to get out of the Cavs team. But if they play like this, like, they're one of the best teams in the East, in my personal opinion.
They're not a mature team because they just play to the level of their competition.
Well, yeah.
We've seen that over and over and over. They play Minnesota. They play incredibly well. You call it the best win of the year. Bulls ready to hail them as champions. And then they come out against Utah and fall completely on their face and fall behind 15-2 or whatever it is.
You're right.
And then against Philly on the road, here they come out and put together another terrific performance. So part of this is just, we've been saying all year, they're bored. And they just sort of, when they're playing against good teams, they rise to the challenge. And when they don't, they don't. It's not a great way to go through the regular season. It's not building good habits. But it's middle of January, and here we are. So you would hope that they can start to take games seriously, even against bad teams. I think it looked to me like Darius stepped on somebody's foot.
No, he like got stripped, and then like it's like they fell on him, and I don't know. It was the weirdest thing. I didn't really see what it hurt him.
I'm going to assume it's not catastrophic until otherwise. If it was the left foot, it'd be a lot more. Mm-hmm. But
because he got up and he was like, he was holding like right here. It's like this. So I'm like, is it an ankle? I don't know what it is.
They say it's a foot injury. However, he grabs his. I'm watching the play again right here. Like,
yeah, he grabbed
his foot. There's no definitive roll of an ankle.
No point in speculating, Mike. I mean, it is what it is. We'll find out.
But it's the opposite foot. The one thing it's worth noting, it is the opposite foot, not the foot that he's been dealing with the toe injury. It is the other foot.
Painfully, it's still 3 more. I mean, I can't believe it's 3 more months to the postseason.
3 more months, almost to the day.
They're
Playoff
past the
start.
halfway point though.
What's wrong?
You made it through 50% bowl.
Playoffs
just unbearable.
Playoffs are like April. It's almost 3 months to the day. 3 more months.
It's straight torture.
It's
for
on
you, bro.
me.
It is just awful. I mean, I hate watch the Cavs play.
Is just the NBA still making like great money? Mm-hmm. Really?
Jason and
Their
I were.
viewership ain't down.
It doesn't matter what the viewership is. The television deals are through the roof. That's the whole reason the NBA can have markets in Oklahoma City and Memphis. And like baseball could never support a team in Oklahoma City or Memphis because of the way the league is structured. NBA, the TV contracts are so enormous and everybody makes so much money. You could put a team in Hudson and they would make money. Like, it don't matter.
When is the deal up?
They just signed new deals.
Oh, really?
Not that long ago.
Oh, man.
If the Cavs was balling like they was last year, we'd have a different feeling. We'd be watching every night. But since they aren't, and they're up and down, and you can't. The worst thing for fans is not understanding what you're going to see from night to night. And that's the part that turns people off. Because at least if you saw the effort, if you saw the want to, the care, you would invest in it. But, you get games like Utah, then you come in and get a game like this. It's hard for people to get involved in, really, really just buy in and just, I'm all in on the 76ers game. And you're like, but I just saw y'all play terrible and not really care.
That's what makes it frustrating, G. Their A game is still as good, if not better, than anyone in the East.
Yeah.
It is.
Which leads you to believe that they could still absolutely go on a tear in the postseason.
And that's the hope, right? Like,
it's the only hope.
As down as we are on the team, as blah as they feel to me, once the playoffs start, you're going to be locked in.
Sure.
And the expectations are low. So if they make a big run, it'll be exciting.
So are the Cavs – no, I wouldn't say that. Are the Cavs like the version of, I guess, the Pittsburgh Steelers in Cleveland? You know how when you say the Steelers, they go to the playoffs every year. They got some marquee names, but they don't seem to have enough to get over the top. So the fans are always salty that they lose in the first round and not really legitimate.
We haven't done it long enough.
No.
Is it same with the Cavs?
I think, if you want to make that comparison, it's more the Guardians than the Cavs. The Guardians would be the Steelers.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
You're right. Mark of excellence. That's a tremendous organization, terrific stability, but they don't get it done in the end.
Yeah.
And the Steelers don't really spend either.
Yeah, that's a perfect example.
From a football perspective, they don't.
And the front office is well liked and well known, and they respect it. Yeah, that's a perfect example.
I do want to give a shout out. We did the whole topic yesterday on the fake DeAndre Hunter trade rumor that was debunked. Well, maybe we just needed to start fake DeAndre Hunter trade rumors like a month ago, and it could have saved us a lot of misery because last night was the best game he's played in quite a while. 17 points is the most he's had in about 2 weeks. He had 4 rebounds, 4 assists, shot over 50% from the floor. And it was nice to see DeAndre Hunter at least resemble the player that the Cavs thought they were trading for, because what we've seen from the last month from DeAndre has been
it was
completely
funny.
non-existent.
Jason and I were talking. Oh, go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, Mike texted me I don't remember what day it was, the Hunter trade stuff. He goes, "Have you heard this? Is this legit?" Yeah. And I like the guy where it came from. I'm like, I would not exactly use that as a basis of good trade gossip. And like 3 hours later, he's like, "Oops, my bad, sorry."
Did you see?
That was on me.
Did you see the Jonathan Kuminga wants to trade? Would you trade for Kuminga, Mikey?
For this Cavs team?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how that deal would work without messing around with the trade machine, but I don't like Kuminga's game personally. No.
Okay.
I'm kind of just out on really selfish players, just in general.
That brings us to a point that
real quick. The league is about, you're seeing it. The league is going through another metamorphosis of trades where it's just going to be teams shedding money.
Yeah.
That's trades. Yeah. It's just teams trying to get off contracts. But go ahead.
Jason and I were having a conversation before the show about where the state of American basketball is. And I don't think it's ever been.
It's fascinating.
What's that?
It's a fascinating conversation to have.
I don't think it's ever been worse. Like and when I say that, I'm like, well, the guys are more athletic than ever.
You don't think that happens every generation? Like
no,
you don't think
not at all.
You don't think like, I don't know, Bob Cousy was like Jordan and them messed it up, or did Jordan probably sound like LeBron and them messed it up? You don't think that happens all the time?
Probably on some degree, but not like this.
So
I'm talking specifically American basketball, not the NBA.
Bull.
Yeah,
you are right. This upcoming draft, there are 3, and some people even think 4 American college players right now that are all way better than Cooper Flagg was as prospects.
You know what's crazy?
Is that really true?
Yeah, this is like this is considered a generational.
We thought Zion Williamson was going to be great.
Yeah, I'm not saying
we thought Trae Young. All these guys, nobody wants these guys.
Well, Trae Young wasn't thought of anywhere in that conversation.
He was a top 2 pick, wasn't he?
No,
he went 5th.
5.
I want to ask
you. Seemed like he was second round.
Big Nuggets, the kid from Kansas,
Darren Pete, he's an Ohio kid.
Yes, him.
Ohio kid.
Yeah. Is it true that he sits out of games and he only plays when he's 100%?
I've heard some of that. I mean, by hearing, I've seen some Twitter.
AAU basketball,
but he's incredible.
Very bad. Incredible. Obviously, there's some coaches I'm sure who are really.
He might be from low-key Canton or something.
Yeah,
he's from right around here. I'll find out.
You know what bothers me? I said this to Jason. This drives me nuts. Every time on Instagram I see a clip of an AAU basketball game, it's always a kid showboating, trying to humiliate another kid.
Yeah.
This is what we're encouraging for children?
Yep.
Really? You like that?
Get that work.
It's the YNs.
Wow.
You can't say
all right.
We're trying to get you up. We're trying to get you up out of here.
For sure.
We're trying to put you in the
workforce.
Yeah,
for sure.
We're trying to put you in the workforce.
They brought the street balls basically to the
That's what you want. That you think that's a good lesson for kids.
Oh yeah.
Is to try to just showboat and humiliate people.
Yes.
What?
We try to
because it makes you play harder.
We want.
It's like the KG clip going around about how LeBron messed up the All-Star game where Kobe slapped the ground.
I saw that.
And he passed the. If somebody slapped the ground in front of you, it's ISO. It ain't even. Don't look for
LeBron
no
has ruined the All-Star game. That is true. We can't disagree. He has. He ruined he wouldn't do the slam dunk contest, which was a disgrace.
This is wild.
You know, Jason, he had to do.
He should have done the dunk. He should have done the dunk contest.
And
I don't know. I'm just amazed at.
I'm stunned by you guys, especially you with kids. That you'd want kids to behave that way.
I tell my kids that you better talk some trash.
Hey, you gotta listen. We trying to I always believe
my
this.
son, if he play, actually my daughters, if they play,
you gotta get.
We gotta get your trash talk.
Where I came, look, when we came from, like, and playing on the playgrounds and playing, like, there was this thing where the best players wasn't even. Like, play for your high school. The best players couldn't get eligible, was either in the streets gang banging or shooting people or selling. So them dudes, they come down there and you had to go to the hood to play. And when you got there, they was going to either take you out the sky, they was going to foul you,
bridge you.
they will taunt you, they may threaten you.
Yeah.
What do you think? I grew up in Rocky River?
I don't know.
I understand.
Bull, you are the most. You're the most over the top dude. Bull will say, bad job of you. You're terrible.
Y'all didn't trash talk.
I talked a lot of shit.
Okay.
You still.
So what are you talking about? And I still do.
So what are you talking about?
This is not a good lesson for young kids. It's not good behavior. I behaved poorly as a kid.
You still
Let me ask you this: when you trash talk, what was the point of it?
To get under the guy's skin.
What the heck do you think they try to do? To try to take people off their game.
What I'm saying is we're not teaching kids the fundamentals of the game.
Okay.
Oh, that's a difference. That's a separate argument.
There you go.
That's a separate argument.
You feel like
you talking about coaching.
You.
I ain't got nothing to do with that. If I go out there and make a play, you best believe you're going to see something.
But
I do it now.
Go ahead, JJ.
Yeah, go ahead.
Bull and I were talking before the show, and I can't remember the initial comment you made, and I said we talked about that for 2 years. I was on the phone with the NBA executive 2 years ago who said, you want to get Adam's attention, write about the decay of American basketball and who's the next MVP and what's going to happen in the Olympics in 2028 when America does not win gold in America at the Olympics and how embarrassing that's going to be because there's no KD and LeBron around to bail them out in 2028. So there is a lot of merit to it. And I felt like we talked about this on the show before.
We have.
The guy that I was talking to said, we, as the NBA, needs to take over AAU. And he said, get these coaches out of here. The coaches are on their phones. They're not even paying attention to what's going on. And do what soccer does, where soccer has taken over in Europe. They've taken over the youth programs. The coaches need to be licensed, accredited. Like, they have to be certified. They need to be certified that we're teaching kids the right way. Because, like, who's the next American MVP? Who's the next American who's going to win MVP?
The only possibility is Anthony Edwards.
That's the only one.
just
right
heard-
now. So far. We'll see what's to come.
Are y'all familiar with this Omar Muhammad 8th grade kid?
8th grade?
They say he is the next LeBron.
Where does he live?
I don't know.
They said Amani Bates was the next.
There you go.
They said he dunking and everything. Omar Muhammad is his name. I haven't looked it up. I just was familiar. If anybody
All
heard.
black people can dunk. All of us.
Not in the 8th grade.
You can dunk?
There's a lot of people.
Can you currently dunk?
Oh, no. Why would I even try that?
Gee, I'm going for it.
Hey, listen, I'm
going for it.
Not all black people can dunk. Not in the 8th grade.
There's a lot of, like, dunking
I didn't dunk
novelty.
for the first time until I was
What are you talking about?
10th grade, maybe. I dunked the first time at 10th grade.
Like, that can't be, you can't just be like, I can dunk.
My friend Kevin can't dunk.
Oh, yeah, he's not dunking. I don't think any of your black friends can dunk.
No, they can't.
Not in their 50s.
What's that?
Not in their 50s.
Yeah, well, they're in their 50s.
You don't think Earl could dunk?
No.
No chance.
No.
No chance, Earl.
He's not on the backboard. No.
Earl admits he's not any good at basketball.
I mean, he can't dunk.
Hey, I want to see.
He's not very tall.
I want to see Earl dribble. I want to see him. Earl is
Earl's not dunking. With all due respect.
Earl on the pickup game. I'm gonna make him my enforcer.
I gotta take Earl. Earl gotta go to the court. I gotta see it for myself. There's no way Earl can't hoop.
Earl likes NASCAR.
There's
Right.
no way Earl cannot hoop, bro.
Nah.
There's no way.
Well, but Brad Darcy
It's
likes
impossible.
NASCAR.
He does.
Yeah,
You're right.
It's
You're right.
literally impossible that Earl can't hoop.
I don't think he owns a hoop.
He's the one who's admitted he can't
Earl
hoop.
can't hoop.
He might not be confident in his game, but I feel like Earl can get a bucket.
No.
Earl just texted me and said, laughing my F butt off. So yeah, he can't hoop.
Earl
He's the
can
first
get a
to tell you he
bucket, man.
can't.
I refuse to
I can't believe a
that.
kid in the 8th grade can dunk.
I might have
That's
to look up
nuts.
his highlight.
He's 6'9".
He's 6'9"?
Is he 6'9"?
That's
in
what
the
YouTube
8th
says.
grade?
Yeah, that's what YouTube says. So.